folks, Mike and McGee here. In today's video, we're going to be making a special sausage that I watched on Two Guys in the Cooler channel, Celebrate Sausage Season 3, and it really took my mind places. What I want to make today is a Swedish potato sausage. Let's get with it. Now what we're going to be doing, we're going to be using the shoulder meat from this wild hog that I got, and as you can see right here, the fat to meat ratio is just about perfect for sausage. So I'm gonna get all this cut up, get it thrown into the freezer to let it chill before we start grinding. Okay, here is our shoulder meat. I've got 3 chunks of mangalitsa fat that is frozen solid. This meat is very cold. It is starting to freeze. It's probably around 30 degrees. We're going to grind this up now. And I've also got some liver and a heart. I'm going to add the liver and the heart to this recipe just for fun, because liver adds a body to it. It won't taste livery, at least in my opinion it won't. See if you can get that frozen meat through there. It may not go. It's going to be difficult. I mean frozen fat. Look at that. This is mangalitsa back fat. Let's see if that will fit in there. Piece of liver. There goes our heart. And all this pork shoulder is going in now. That's the last of all that. At this point, it is time to mix in our spices. He calls for salt, pepper, and allspice. That's all that this recipe calls for. So I'm going to lay some salt to it. That was the last of my sea salt. I'm going to just use some pink Himalayan. Just like that. And black pepper. I'm going to pour the black pepper to it. Pretty good. And my boy ground some allspice up for me, so I'm going to just dump it in here right now. No, it was David, wasn't it? Did Mary do it or David? Mary done it. Okay, Mary done it. Smells heavenly. Fresh ground allspice. Wow. I'll be the first to admit that allspice seems like an odd thing to have in this recipe, so we're just going to have to see what it's like. It's coming straight from Two Guys in the Cooler. And I'm going to mix this up pretty good, and then we're going to put it back through the grinder right now. Let's go. All right, at this point we are going to put our meat back in the freezer to chill. because I can tell it's needing it. We're going to chill this in the freezer until the potatoes and the onions are ready to grind through and incorporate. At this point, it is time for us to grind the potato and the onion. The potatoes are cooked nice and tender. The onions are caramelized. Let's do it. I went ahead and washed up all of our equipment. It's clean. Let's do it. You can put them in and grind them. Just watch to make sure they go in the bowl. Plunger down there. We're going to take these taters, we're going to go put them in the refrigerator, in the freezer, and get them good and chilled. And it'll be time to incorporate them into our sausage. All right, this has been in the freezer. This is my meat. It's a rather stiff clump of meat. Now what we're going to do is, my daughter raised basil, and this particular kind right here she raised is Thai basil. Very good Italian smell. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to take a handful of it. And at this point, I'm just going to crush it into that, grinding it up like powder, just like that. Now, as a binder and as something to really elevate the flavor of this, we're going to take cow cream. It's genuine cow cream straight from a brown Swiss. My cow's dry right now, so we got this from the neighbor. I'm going to pour this cream in there. I'm going to start with about that much. And what I want to do is fully stir it in until it's completely incorporated into this meat. I fried up a little bit of this meat earlier, and it was too salty, really, but what I didn't mention was the potato and onion is not seasoned at all, and there's quite a bit of it. By the time that all gets incorporated, the seasoning is going to be perfect. If you try this recipe, I would recommend going to Two Guys in a Cooler, look up that recipe. I'll put the link to his potato sausage recipe in the description of this video, so it's easy for you to find. Because some people don't really like just pouring stuff in. They want to know exactly by the gram how much goes in. He's your man. I'm not your man when it comes to that. If you want to see somebody just throw stuff together and hope for the best, now that might be more up my alley. We're getting where we want to be, but I want more cream in it. I want to make somewhat of a batter. Wow. We are getting some serious protein extraction here. Now, we've got us a batter here now. That is beautiful. Look at that. Sticks to the spoon now. That's what we want right there. It is time to incorporate our potato. So I'm going to take this potato, I'm going to pour it all in. And there it is. And we're just going to stir that potato into this sausage. Just folding it in as best I can. I don't want to really smear it so much as I want to just fold it in. I'm only going to stir this for about 1 minute and I'm going to be done. All right, potato sausage coming on. Okay, we're getting down towards the end. Easy, a little more, a little more, a little more, and stop. That's it. That's all we can fit in there. Back it up. Other way, other way, other way. Now, once I get this took care of, I will let you squirt it into that. Time to tie it off. If I can. Of course I can. Can't I?
Probably.
All right, we got our potato sausage in the casing. Woohoo! That's looking good.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna get that in the fridge. First, I'm gonna link it up, get it in the fridge, let it cool back off, and then we're going to cook some of it up, and we're gonna eat it. Here's what it does right here, folks. It just comes squirting out of there like I'm afraid to say what. That's a lot easier, ain't it?
Yeah.
What does that remind you of? Don't say it. All right, it's time to poach these babies. Nobody saw water come out. Woohoo! All right. We hit 154 degrees with our potato sausage, and I pulled it out of the oven. That's where I poached it in the water. And so now I'm letting it sit, but this one here I'm going to go ahead and grill up, and we're going to try it out for you. David, you want to do the taste test? You want us to wait for you? He said we can go ahead. All right. David's feeding pigs. We're fixing to eat some potato sausage. Look at this. That is beautiful. It's got those potato pieces in there, pieces of onion. I'm gonna cut y'all some right quick. As fast as they ate those other two the other day, I don't know. All you might see is like a big vacuum cleaner just swooping it all up. All right, everybody try it out. You don't want that. You don't want that. Here, Mary.
I see that.
Basil. He sees the basil. He sees the basil. That's gorgeous. Absolutely beautiful. I'm gonna go show them what this looks like. You can see that basil. That is delicious. I sort of screwed the camera up when I got up there with that meat, and it never did refocus. So the gist of the rest of the conversation as we continued to eat went something like this. Do you taste the basil? Does anybody taste the potato or onion?
I taste the potato and onion.
You taste both of them? There's one thing that several of you have already thought that was going to be a problem. And here in the taste test, there's not one person mentioned it. Nobody tasted it. Liver. There was some liver in there. We talked about the fact that there was liver in there and nobody could tell it. I never got one comment about there being liver and heart ground up in that mixture. Boy, was it ever good. The thing that come through, these boys said, the potato and the onion being roasted and caramelized was just the ticket. What do you say, boys?
That's good.
Really good. We had a great day making sausage. All this was made the same day, what you've been watching over the last couple of days. But as you could tell, it's getting to be evening. We're about ready to clock out and call it a day. We hope you have a great day. We're going to get on out of here. We'll see you on the next video.